was alone and he was afraid of love. She captured moments while he watched the time speed up. She never noticed how he noted every move. She always knew that he thought he would always lose. Then one day, the day came when they knew what they made. Now they face the same fate, the dismay of heartbreak.
Alright, we are back again with another interview.
Round 2.
And tonight, I happen to have my boy Jason Beverly in the house. Stage name, lowercase Jason with a period.
Yep. You got it right. Nice.
It's a beautiful name, right, Jay?
I mean, my mom picked it, so shout out to moms.
Alright, well tonight I just want to talk to Jason about a few things regarding his artist career and the direction that it's headed.
Yep.
Hopefully Jason can provide some good insight for us. Let's get to know Jason on a deeper level.
I don't know who I am.
Alright, let's get it. Simple, yet sublime, as they say around my campus.
Okay.
Lowercase Jason with a period. Tell me about it.
I wanted a name, of course, that embodied who I was, but most importantly, I didn't want something that was very flamboyant or crazy or anything. I just wanted to be me. The lowercase and the period are all things that just like, it simplifies everything. So it's not a big, drastic project, image, whatever it is. I just want it to be 100% myself, unapologetically Jason. So that's Jason lowercase. Period. Everybody gasses me for the period. The period is because I want it to be one idea. That's it. It's not Jason this, Jason that. It's just Jason. For a while, I thought going by just Jason, the entire thing just Jason, but it didn't really fit. When it's just Jason, it's Jason. Period. Over. It's just me.
Unapologetically.
Unapologetically Jason.
Unapologetically Jason.
Yep.
I like that.
That's what I'm going for.
What does it mean to be unapologetically Jason? The Jason that everybody knows is a outgoing, funny, sometimes serious, knows how to carry himself person.
Yeah.
Tell me about this unapologetically you that you want everybody to see you for.
I think just the meaning behind that is not filtering. All of my words are my own. All of the ideas that are coming from whatever project this ends up being are my own. I want to not have to look back and say, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It's someone else's thing, and not any of that. And I don't necessarily care if people don't like what I do. I'm a person that is absolutely in love with music, and I know I can like a song or not like a song, and at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter. But to me, I think music holds so much of a power that you can't worry about every single tiny little detail of what goes on in your project. So if I'm trying to be 100% unapologetically me, that means all of my feelings, all of my emotions, everything that's going on with me is going to be in that music. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Of course, I hope you like it. Follow me on SoundCloud, all that kind of stuff. But I think it's important for the listeners, you guys all out there, to know what I am saying is me and understand who I am as a person.
I like it. Well, something I want to know, something that I'm sure everybody wants to know, it's a basic question.
Okay.
Tell me about your influences. You have a very, I would say, unique style of production and songwriting.
Yeah.
So tell me more. Where does that come from?
Okay, well, I guess I'll start with songwriting, because that's who I am first. I've been writing poetry, all that kind of stuff, since before I could remember. One of my favorite things to do as a kid was write stories, and I had I come up with an entire 3-book series of all of these things that were coming out of my head. Because I'm a person who has a lot of ideas. I really like composition of words and putting things together to evoke emotion. I'm very critical when it comes to my own words, of course, like everyone is. But that started at a very young age and continued to where I am now. Some songs just happen, and I feel like, let's tell a story. Here's the story. Here's the concept. Let's do it. Some things start out as a poem, and then I put it into music. So that's that. Production-wise, singing-wise, and all that kind of stuff. I was raised on old school R&B. That's Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight. I mean, you name it.
The oldies.
Exactly. So when you think of those names, it's not necessarily every single word was like crazy profound word. It was just honest, and the way they sang it gave that tone and that emotion. And that's very important to me. Yeah, so all of that's like where I was grounded in. And then as I grew up, I mean, I had an older stepbrother who was white and was listening to rock music, so I got into rock music, and like 30 Seconds to Mars. Been drumming since like second grade, so that's like all of these little influences that all come together. To where I really like having a dope, like drums, all that kind of stuff. I really like having really interesting sounds that go on. And that's through listening to so much music. I mean, you can go from John Legend and just the piano to like John Bellion and all of his production. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's where all my production is too. And I think John Bellion does it best, where there's so much him in the music. I mean, that's what I try to go for every time. Those are some musical influences.
Building off that.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know Jason, like I know Jason went to Garfield High School in Seattle, Washington.
Bulldogs.
He was a part of the Garfield High School choir for all 4 years. If those of you don't know, Garfield, if not for its sports, is known for its music program. One of the top music programs in the country.
State, yeah.
So let's dive deeper into that. How did that experience with the choir inspire you?
Well, that's where I found a love of creating music. Singing with my dad at karaoke, we had like an American Idol karaoke machine, right? Singing with that in the house is fine. But when we were all contributing to this goal of this, let's put this song out together, this show together, that's when I really fell in love with trying to create something. Freshman year, I went into it thinking, oh, this is just going to be a class because my sister's getting me into it. Then I found a love for it, and then going to senior year where I'm like the section leader for the tenors, right? I have this pride of these are my boys, and we're going to work on this, we're going to do it together. And that gave me the opportunity to do some songs by myself and create things by myself. We did an acapella version of Bang Bang, which I hope none of you find on YouTube. But we did that, and I was heavily like in charge of like the creation of that, and like the vocal jazz and the improvisation and getting a solo, like all of it just sort of kept building me up to being more confident in myself, to the point where, you know, I'd sneak off into the room and play the piano by myself and write something. So it was just really building blocks to creating Jason, lowercase j, period.
Right. Well, another question I had for you is, I would love to know some of the people who had a hand in creating what is currently lowercase Jason with a period.
Okay, well, amauriboss, it's number one. I think, as you guys will probably see in a lot of his content that's on this YouTube channel and just in general and in the future, Mari is a very positive person in when it comes to other people, and believes so much in other people, believes in our talents, and believes that we can make something out of ourselves. So having someone like that who's been with you for 10 years now,
sounds about
way
right.
too damn long. Having someone who knows you that well say that they believe in you makes you believe in yourself. My dad, with all of his musical influences, and my mom, I mean, they had me when they were pretty young, so I was listening to a lot of music that they liked. So that gave a hand into it. Clearly my sister, like all of my family, really, and me and my sister was just listening to random music, walking up the hill, going home, all that kind of stuff. But I think most of it was just sort of the feeling of having people with me. Not necessarily people in particular. I mean, shout out to Doug, there's so many people I could do this for. But the feeling of a collective goal and that we are going to continue to work towards creating this thing, that really helped me keep going and still keep going. You've got Raquel over here and Taylor over here and Mari behind the camera. I mean, all these people, I believe, support me in what I'm doing. So, I mean,
Just a little bit.
It just makes me who I am.
Tell me about a time when you wanted to give up music.
Man, this is like, okay, standardized test questions. All right. There have been many times where I've wanted to give up on music, but not necessarily like in terms of all of it. I mean, myself, everyone has doubts of like their dreams not happening. I've had many times where I'm sitting there like, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough, I don't know enough to get this together. Because I like to try to do everything myself, from writing the song to producing the song, arranging the song, all of that. But understanding my limits is one of my problems right now. I'm trying to figure out how to broaden my horizons and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much like once a week. It's really a test to whether or not I can just trust my understanding of things and keep pushing forward and know that I will create it. But yeah, it's always like a struggle.
Well, since we done started making everybody cry now, let's something a little bit more lighthearted.
Okay.
Tell give me 4 songs that, not even 4 songs, 4 songs, 4 artists,
Okay.
4 genres that embody Jason's playlist.
Oh. Okay. Right now I'm super into Division, DVSN. Something that's the kind of goal I'm sort of going for. The like very produced but still have that super R&B. Yeba, aka Abby Smith, who I was just listening to, one of the sickest vocalists like I've ever heard. Just gives that feeling of emotion that just tears your heart out. It's great. Because Edgar said it, Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee. Yes, it's Daddy Yankee, I can confirm. Yeah, Despacito, great song. I don't care what you say. If you come to Molly Moon's where I'm working, it'll be playing.
Original or remix?
Original, absolutely. There's something about an entirely Latin song, a Latin feel that I just like go crazy for. I've watched all of the making of videos that there are on YouTube of like songs like that I really like. And they did a really good job of combining the very natural Latin sound with the currently very produced thing. That, and then what else have I been listening to right now? Frank Ocean, clearly. Daniel Caesar, clearly. Her, H.E.R. Fantastic. If you haven't heard Freudian by Daniel Caesar, go check it out because it's amazing. But the song Best Part, Daniel Caesar featuring her, that encapsulates all of my heart. Always.
So good.
Yeah, those are just like the go-tos right now.
Okay. I like your playlist. Let's talk about your music.
Woo! Yeah.
People are looking for originals.
Yep.
They can finally search lowercase Jason with a period on SoundCloud.
Period. Yep.
He got that 2 singles for us out there.
You have to. And a couple beats. Don't
And
look
a couple
at those. I'm
beats.
probably going to take those off soon.
But more importantly, those 2 singles out there. Let's start with Any More.
Yep.
Jason's debut single. It's a fantastic song.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Where did it come from?
Well, I try to draw on experiences that have happened in my life, but also sometimes songs just happen. And we'll get to that when we talk about She and He. But Anymore came out of, I was a senior in a relationship that thought was going to be great. And it ended in really bad terms, I think, to a place where I wasn't really emotionally stable, I would guess. I was longing for something and very confused, so I wrote this song that was very much like, is this what I really want, or is it the idea of it that I want, or are you the person that I want? And in the end, like in real life, I realized that's not what I want. This is not the person I want to be with. Going through all of these words, like, do I just miss that bright smile with those brown eyes? Like, these are all little things that, you know, when you think about a relationship, those are the things that pull on you. But I think when it all comes together, it's understanding yourself and understanding who you want to be and what you can't deal with. And that I couldn't deal with anymore. That's where it came from.
I like it. Anymore is a fantastic song. Did it have anything to do with, or were you in that same place of thought when writing She, He?
So that song came out of nowhere. So Anymore is very much like, so I wrote it when I was a senior coming out of this, and then a little while ago looked at the lyrics and realized that I already come through that situation. And there are a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of songs like that already out, but there are a lot of people who could also relate to that. Not knowing whether or not you're going to be in this place. But with She and He, I was just sort of listening to a lot of music and realized storytelling is extremely important. So I tried to jump on this story of there's a guy and there's a girl. They know they like each other. Everyone else knows they like each other. But for some reason, it's just not happening. He's in one place and she's in the other, and they're trying to do all of this to like look at each other, get each other's attention, and try to end up together. But at the end of the day and at the end of the song, neither of them have moved. He goes through all this stuff thinking he can't do it, this and that, and she understands him super well and knows that he thinks he's not gonna make it and all this kind of stuff. And they care about each other so much, but at the end of the day, because they've been stuck in their head with all of their emotions, neither of them have gotten any closer to each other. And that's the dismay of heartbreak, having so much love and caring, but never being able to fulfill that. That's what it is. It's a lot.
She, He was beautifully sang, beautifully orchestrated, beautifully produced. It's an all-around great song. Can we expect more of that nature of music from you?
Absolutely.
Anytime soon?
I'll keep you posted. I try to keep things very simple, so that, as I've said before, that will be very much the kind of style I will be going into. Simplistic, yet very emotional. If you listen to the song, every verse and every chorus, however you want to call it, sonically they sound almost exactly the same. That's the point, because you're supposed to focus on how you feel about it. You're supposed to focus on the words, and that's what I think is super important. The beat, very simple, and I want to keep it that way. So yeah, that is very much what you can expect in the future and very soon. Yep.
Well, is there currently or will there be any collaborations?
There might be. There is one surfacing around the interwebs currently, called Mama's Boy. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Shout out to Markella, aka Vet Lou. I have a lot of things that I can do, but I understand, like Edgar said in the last video, that there are other people that can do it better than me and that I can work with to make something that's amazing. I think I'm very much a person who's focused on the ideas and the project rather than where I am. So I think, especially with other people, collaborations are super important. I like making music. I like interacting with people. So you can definitely expect that to happen. Absolutely, 100%. Guaranteed.
Wow. Well, I think we've learned quite a bit about Jason, what Jason thinks about, what Jason feels, how Jason writes. Like I said, be sure to look out for Jason. Jason is a up-and-comer with some fantastic skills. You should be hearing more of him very, very soon. Go follow him on his social media. You want to give yourself a shout-out?
I mean, they'll probably all be in the bio. Amaury will put it all in there. Just keep your heart open. Try to go the world a little more positive than you did yesterday. That's all I gotta say.
And I want to thank Jason for taking the time to sit down with me.
Shout out to him behind the camera here. He's working hard. Check out all of his stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit a like. Hit him with the comment. Tell him he's doing good. I mean, he's gonna blow up. It's next Casey Neistat. I got you.
I appreciate that. I really
Absolutely,
appreciate that. This is going to be it for Behind the Spotlight episode 2 with Jason Beverly. You guys can expect more soon. I'm not going to tell you which artists I'm currently working with, but we got some scheming. So just keep a lookout for that. And that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
She was alone and he was afraid of love. She captured moments while he watched the time speed up. She never noticed how